Triple H makes emotional announcement to WWE talent. Plus, a top Raw star extends their contract. And Jeff Hardy makes changes to his finishing move in AEW. It's all in the wrestling news right now. WrestleMania weekend is upon us, and WWE talent were called to a meeting this morning, as Fightful have discovered. They go into detail on Fightful Select. Thank you to Sean Fightful of rossap.com for this. We're told that John Laurinaitis kicked off the meeting, saying he had a guest for the talent in attendance. It was Triple H. Yay. Hey, who stood there and went, "Get out if you don't want to be here." Then played Simply the Best and danced to them. That's an Office reference. Triple H, who hasn't been seen by most talent since August, it was an emotional scene with many elated that he was there. He talked about his health challenges, and he, along with WWE President Nick Khan, made a big announcement to the roster. So and the talent gathered, saying some key business updates, which included the news: talent will now make additional money and profit participation on top of their superstar contracts for revenue generated from third-party platforms. That means they're allowed back on Twitch. Yay! They're allowed back on Cameo. They can do their own sort of business deals. So this was something that was completely shut down in 2020, I want to say.
Yeah. Was it 2020?
Maybe 20 or
20, maybe last year.
Maybe.
That feels like a long time. Time is but a construct now.
It is indeed.
But it was like a huge deal, wasn't it, when all that happened, because there was so many WWE stars that were just doing stuff on Twitch and whatnot, and making a little bit of extra money on Twitch, and like a lot of us enjoyed their content that they put out too, and then all of a sudden it was kind of under WWE's watchful eye, wasn't it?
So basically what happened was we broke this down when it happened. So it all came about because I think Lana got a sponsorship deal on TikTok, and I think Big E had started putting his Cameo link on his tights, which I think was a great move.
Yeah, very good move.
And then WWE went, look, okay, from now on, third-party stuff has got to come through us. So the plan was going to be that they were going to build this sort of this department which would deal with all third-party engagement. That department, I believe, dissolved last year. So now they've just gone, just forget it. Just do whatever. Which is, this is great news. This is a great pivot from WWE to go back to where they were before. I think it's, and according to Fightful Select, there has been nothing but unanimous positivity coming out of this meeting. One noted saying it was a great way to start a big weekend. And I think this is great. Go make bank, everybody.
Go make bank. You're allowed to do whatever you want.
We get onto the case of WWE a lot for decisions they make and all this stuff. And no doubt there'll be some frayed opinions after WrestleMania, because everyone's got opinions on stuff, and that's how it works. But this is great.
This
is
nice.
Really cool.
And obviously with Triple H coming back into the fold as well. What a really nice way to kick everything off for everybody. And it just goes to show as well that, talent absolutely adores Triple H. I think he's done a lot, obviously, for WWE talent, both in NXT and people who have moved up to the main roster as well. Like, it's just so good to see him back, and then to also come back and have this news provided to all this talent too. Like, oh, it feels good. It feels good in the heart.
It's a good feeling knowing that the talent on screen are being encouraged to make bank, and I think it's really worth doing. 38% off this weekend. Get yourself a Tom Buddy, get yourself a Cultaholic hat, get yourself a Cultaholic t-shirt, get yourself loads of other good stuff. It's 38% off all weekend.
It is.
And there's only half the stock left. These are nearly gone.
You gotta get them.
Do you want my beady, unblinking eyes staring at you when you wake up in the morning? Of course you do.
Yes, please.
Cultaholicshop.com. I think it's great when talent makes money. Twitch news. So let's stay with Twitch. You talked about some of the people that you missed being on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
One of them's back.
It certainly is. It certainly is. He's definitely not an it. He's a beautiful man. Cesaro, Claudio is back on Twitch. So Claudio's Cafe opened again yesterday. So Cesaro returning to Twitch for the first time since October 2020. He was joined by Tyler Breeze, best mates. We love it when they get together. And they played PGA Tour 2K21. And there was no wrestling talk, just good vibes, Tom. No wrestling talk, good vibes. And this is so nice to see, because we miss it when they were all together, and you had Adam Cole in there as well, and you had Xavier Woods too, sorry, and everybody together just having a nice time. It's nice to see that we can see those faces back.
And he ended the stream by saying, thanks to everybody who joined me on the first stream back. It's going to be the first of many. I'm not going to number them. Cesaro is back, baby.
Oh, this is so nice to see.
A few people have messaged me saying, does this lead to the possibility of Cesaro making an in-ring return? Is this timed with it?
Oh, maybe. Oh, I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, we've got to see him come back to the ring at some point, right? The man is not done without a doubt. It's just where he ends up. Who knows? But yeah, I'm just happy to see him back streaming.
Yeah, Cesaro, who is now no longer part of the WWE roster. He is gone from the company. Nick Khan on the Town podcast talked about how flipping difficult it is to make stars in 2022. I'm not saying the two are related.
No.
Nick Khan had a big chat about about making new superstars in wrestling. He actually makes quite a salient point here because he says it's more difficult. Let's look at Logan Paul, who is wrestling a match for us this weekend along with The Miz. If you look at Logan Paul, if YouTube and the social media platforms didn't exist, let's say 15 years ago, could he have been the next big WWE superstar? Sure, but he figured out a way to make a ton of money without having to do that. We've made a massive pivot. We came to him. It used to be you get boxers on the downside of their career, Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, all coming to wrestling. Are you hearing that, Mike Tyson in 1995? Now you're getting them on the upside. Floyd Mayweather 15 years ago, Tyson Fury a few years ago. I think if athletes see the benefit of our platform, but in terms of creating new full-time stars, we've completely shifted our recruiting efforts. He went on to talk about the tryouts they've got in Dallas this weekend, saying if you're a football player and you're not going to make it to the NFL, the XFL, the USFL, all other options, if you're a step short or not big enough, come to us. We'll make it easy for you. If you look at a shot putter in college, what is that man or woman going to do next? We want to make it easy for these athletes. We want to go after them as well and make it easy for them to come to us. Now, I know, like, as somebody who's old enough and ugly enough to remember wrestling during like the golden era, the attitude era, the ruthless aggression era, there's part of you that goes, wrestlers. Yeah. Just wrestlers. Use the wrestlers, the ones that you zagged. But there is something to be said for bringing in these athletes who are new to it, who have the look already, and have possibly the charisma already, and you can train them in the WWE way. There's no reprogramming to do. You can just go, this is how WWE wrestles. This is how we want you to wrestle, for better or for worse.
Absolutely, and there's also the benefit, I guess, of them being, as you were saying, athletic already, right? Like, they don't need to put, well, I mean, they're still obviously going to need to put all the effort in to become physically fit and everything, but, you know, at least there's at least an inkling there that you can build upon, right, already when they're in, like, the NFL or whatnot, you know?
Yeah, there's something there.
But it looks like they really are starting to look towards the future. It's felt for a while that they've kind of been bringing back sort of old faces and whatnot to fill certain gaps on pay-per-views and things like that. And now it really does feel, especially obviously with NXT 2.0, that they are really looking forward to building those big new stars. The new John Cena's, the new Batistas, the new this, that, and the other. So, yeah.
There will be a tiny issue to come to get over with some of the new stars coming through who are very new. See our previous news video and Randy Orton's thoughts on that. Speaking with current Raw talent, one has officially extended their contract. So AJ Styles responded to some contract rumors, having a chat with Alex McCarthy for Inside the Ropes, and he said, let me make one thing clear. I didn't sign anything recently. I had something on my contract where I got to decide, kind of like a player option, what I want to do. And we just extended the contract that I already had. So player options they're quite common in the NBA. They give you that sort of, you can decide whether you want to extend the agreed deal at the agreed price or try out a free agency thing. He didn't say how long that this was being extended for, but he does go on, and I don't think this is a case of AJ wanting to go and explore pastures new.
Yeah.
Because he does go on to say in the interview, like, he very much likes being in WWE, and if he doesn't have to, he doesn't want to hit the indies again, and he wants to very much make some more memories in WWE, but he's very aware that his, as he says, quote, time is running running out. As far as AJ Styles is concerned, I'm getting older. The ability to put on great matches is getting a little bit harder. I don't want to embarrass myself at the same time. I want to get out while I can and while I still have somewhat of a legacy.
I like that. I like the idea of that. I like him extending his contract and just and taking the time to think about it, because he's had such a fantastic career. You know, he's done so much within the industry, not just in WWE, obviously, but away from that. And like, you wouldn't want to tarnish it, right? I'm glad that he knows, okay, I'm starting to slow down a little bit, rather than push himself to try and keep putting on fantastic matches if he necessarily doesn't feel like he can step up to that. So I like that he's genuinely taking the time out to think about it, you know.
Finally, Jeff Hardy's had a little think about his finishing move in AEW. I always think this pose. Looks like you're about to eat your own fingers.
Yeah, just like shoveling stuff in your
mouth. What's Jeff doing with his finisher?
So as like seen on Dynamite this past week, the Swanton Bomb has somewhat changed. So rather than Jeff kind of rotating to the point where his kind of like his the top of his neck, the top of his back would hit sort of the side of an opponent, now he lands sort of fully on top of the opponent.
Proper senton bomb style landing.
Bomb, yeah. And that is apparently to just protect his body.
Yeah, this is actually a really good thing, and it might not. You might think, going, why is this important bit of news? This is Jeff Hardy doing a little something to actually try and extend a little bit of his life, of his in-ring life, because the way that he's starting to take the swanton means that it's more like a senton.
Yes.
So you have the other person to help with the landing, and you're not running the risk every time of landing on the back of your neck.
Yeah.
This took ages for Jeff to decide to do, but Matt put out a tweet sharing the video saying, the responses to this tweet were exactly what I was expecting. Jeff has finally started protecting himself on his swantons, and I am proud of him.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. I'll leave it at that. Kayfabe lives.
Yay!
Wonderful. Good for Jeff. I know it sounds like a real weird bit of news to end on.
Yeah, but you know,
I like it.
Especially since there was a moment, wasn't there, where he was talking about, I want to not do the Swanton Bomb as much anymore. Like, I'm getting older. I don't know if I can keep doing this because it really hurts when I do it. And like, man, the man's gone and changed it, and I'm really happy for him, and I'm happy that he's protecting himself.
And we're happy that you watched this video. Thank you for being with us. Are you twitching tonight?
I think so. What I'm going to do, I don't know. I was like, maybe I'll hop on Minecraft and make the WrestleMania 38 stadium within
sounds
Minecraft.
Like a lovely time.
So I might do that, yeah. So come by 6 p.m. BST now. We've changed. The clocks have changed. We'll just Minecraft and chill out because it's going to be a long weekend. And the high energy stuff, I'm saving it for the weekend. We're like on the roller coaster. We're climbing up slightly. And then the weekend, we're going to go, woo!
I forgot we're on BST now.
We're on
I've been putting
BST.
GMT on everything.
No, it's BST.
Take me ages to figure this out. Anyway, KKLYB, which means keys.
Love you, bye.
What's the merch?
We already have done. We have done.
We did it earlier.
Get your
put
hats
it in
and
the
your
top
buddies.
story.
38% off at WrestleMania. Well, not at WrestleMania.
I'm plugging it again.
Cultaholicshop.com. Buy your things.
Buy that hat. My buddy's over there because I threw him.
Quick, throw it here. He's got it.
Oh!
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Have him stare at you unblinking for the rest of your life for 38% off. There's only half of these left, and then they're gone forever. Forever. Cultaholic. Oh, that's nice, that. Cultaholicshop.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.
There you go. Happy?